Morning, YouTube. I want to discuss today what I have and how it affects me. I'm just going to get right into it. The term cerebral palsy refers to a number of neurological disorders that appear in infancy or early childhood and permanently affect body movement and muscle coordination, but don't worsen over time. Even though cerebral palsy affects muscle movement, it isn't caused by problems in the muscles or the nerves. It is caused by abnormalities in parts of the brain that control muscle movements. The majority of children with cerebral palsy are born with it. Although may not be detected for months or years later, the early signs of cerebral palsy usually appear before a child reaches 3 years of age. The most common are lack of muscle coordination and performing voluntary movements, ataxia, stiff or tight muscles and exaggerated reflexes, spasticity, walking with one foot or leg dragging, walking on the toes, a crouched gait, or a scissored gait, a muscle tone that is either too stiff or too floppy. A small number of children have cerebral palsy as a result of brain damage in the first few months or years of life. Brain infections such as bacterial meningitis or viral encephalitis or head injury from a motor vehicle accident, a fall, or child abuse. Now, for how it affects me today. As you can see, I have issues with my teeth. Part of that has to do with me drinking too much soda. Any of you know I'm a caffeine addict, which I will eventually get fixed one of these days when I raise the funds in order for me to do that. Also, how cerebral palsy affects me is that I have trouble carrying containers of either hot liquid or various other forms of food, like soup. I have to physically have somebody strain the soup in the pan before I can even eat it. Sorry, I'm looking away a lot. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on out here. I'm just at the public library doing this. Up in the study rooms. I also have trouble lifting some things, but I'm too stubborn to let that stuff stand in my way. Because if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. Ain't nobody going to tell me otherwise. It used to cause, when I was a child, and I get this every now and again, like every couple of years, I get a bad case of accidents. Because my bowels weren't strong enough, and really still aren't, because I still get them from like every couple of years, but I deal with it as best I can, as long as I make it to where I need to make it to take care of that problem, then I'm good. But they improved to the point to where there are less of them now, which I'm happy about, because that laundry bill can be, yeah. It also affects me romantically, but because I've been alone for so long, I guess, I don't know. Due to the fact that I question females and some gay males, partially due to me being abused by my brother, who won't come out and admit that he did it, and my family refuses to acknowledge that it happened. But that's okay too, I guess, because, well, karma. And loving me, honestly, is not the easiest thing in the world to do, because I'm too stubborn, and I want something that I'll probably never ever be able to have. So, and someone that I'll never be able to have. There's a person that I'm going to refer to in another video, because I'm going to call her out on her hypocrisy. She deserves to be called out on it, so I'm going to do it. Yes, I am reading from the script, by the way. I'm trying to figure out where I left off. Anyone who knows me well enough knows that I can get around and by myself, and I'm really self-reliant. I don't have to have the stuff that some people with CP have, like walkers and a wheelchair. I'm fortunate people to walk on my own 2 feet, and have been really blessed in that regard. And I am thankful for being able to walk on my own 2 feet. It also, CP also makes me tired more quickly than other people. I can honestly be sitting around and doing nothing and get tired for no reason, which is pretty much what I do, considering what I get monthly in the form of disability check. I seriously believe that people are delusional when they claim that I'm full of drama, because honestly, there is no drama here. I think it's the other way around. I think people are delusional when they claim that I'm full of drama. I don't cause drama. I end it. It's their own stupidity and petty ways that are the real cause of drama. They want to act foolish, do things that they shouldn't be doing. They make bad decisions and think that I'm all the better for it when I'm not. When they realize that they cause the friction between me and them, it's usually when I'm already gone, and it's usually too late. So they because I'm usually out of their life by that point, because I don't waste time with fools and other people. That's a common theme that seems to run in my family. We have no tolerance for fools. Yet they have the nerve to tell me that we're from different worlds. Of course we are. I have no tolerance for you and your ilk, because of the fact that you are what you are and you know what you are. I know what you are, and that's why I don't fool with you. The only thing that's different is that the people that I have a complexion issue, because I like to think that I want to live a better lifestyle than what I'm living, let's just put it that way. And that the people that I'm referring to, and mostly, are people that are decent looking, that love to put other people down for no reason. I don't like that. Can't stand for it. Refuse to stand for it. You folks, if I wanted to cuss right now, I'd tell you go F yourself off. Because, yeah, I usually don't have a filter. I'm doing this because I know sometimes that one of my siblings will watch this, and if I really wanted to get on here and tell you all how I felt about you folks, you wouldn't like it. One of these days I'm gonna put a video up of me singing, even though my singing voice isn't what it used to be, because I was in choir when I was in high school and I had a real good voice at one point, but the years have taken their toll, and plus me drinking so much pop has taken its toll too. Other than that, we are different as people. Things people do don't surprise me in the slightest, because most people honestly are just slime. I think it's just, they just look to go after what they can, when they can. My goal for 2017 is to be less like those people. I used to be like those people, so I know where I talk from, which I come from. And well, I'm tired of being that way. There is one thing that I learned when I was on the streets of Chicago, and that is to trust no one. I learned it on the streets of Ann Arbor, Chicago, Champaign, which I refuse to go back to, by the way. If I do go back there, it's going to be for one day at the end of March, and it's because of what's going on with my father. I'll get into more of that one of these days after I talk to some folks, namely my sister, to find out if it would be kosher for me to do that. If not, you guys can find me on Facebook. I'm gonna leave you guys with the quote today. Well, this is the first of probably 3 videos I'm gonna put out. It's from Maya Angelou. It's my credo on life here recently. One of them anyway. And that is, if people show you who they really are, believe them. And it is true in so many different ways. Especially with what is going on with me at this point. Well, thank you for listening to my rant video, diagnosis video, my true introduction to YouTube. George signing off.